Archangel Michael says, "There is a night darker than usual, one where the wind carried whispers of sorrow." In that silence, your soulmate was not asleep, they were broken, tears falling endlessly as if their soul was calling only for you. This message reaches you because heaven could no longer watch their pain remain hidden. They clutched something that reminded them of you, holding it tightly against their chest as if it were their last piece of comfort. Every heartbeat they felt carried your name, and every sob was a cry for your presence. You may not feel it yet, but their spirit has been trying to touch yours since last night. There is a reason why the universe refused to let you ignore this message. It is not coincidence that your heart feels heavy or that your dreams have been restless. Something deep inside you already knows someone connected to you has been drowning in tears. Archangel Michael says, "This is not an ordinary heartbreak, this is a wound carved by destiny itself." They have been silenced for too long, forced to hold back the truth that now aches to be spoken. The moment you read this, a divine shift begins. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The tears they shed were not of weakness but of longing, a silent prayer for a reunion that feels almost impossible. The world has kept you apart, throwing obstacles that tested every ounce of strength both of you had left. Yet, no distance, no silence, no barrier could destroy the bond heaven sealed between you. They whispered your name into the darkness, believing the night might carry their voice to you. Their heart trembled as memories replayed endlessly, moments when their soul felt alive in your presence. This crying was not just sorrow, it was the universe trying to heal what has been broken. Archangel Michael says, "Unseen forces tried to crush this connection, but they failed. What has been written in divine light cannot be erased by shadows." Your soulmate's tears were not signs of defeat. They were the beginning of a cosmic call meant to awaken you. Even now, heaven is moving pieces behind the scenes, pushing every obstacle aside to bring you closer. When the tears dry, what follows is a miracle no earthly force can stop. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The night seemed endless for them. Their body was exhausted, yet their soul stayed awake, restless, haunted by the thought of losing you forever. They reached out spiritually, hoping you would feel them as strongly as they felt you. Every tear carved a message into the ether, writing your name across their destiny once more. The pain they carried was not theirs alone, heaven shared it with you silently. You may have felt an ache in your heart without knowing why, that was them calling to you. Archangel Michael says, "When two souls are bound by divine will, no force can silence their cries." Every tear last night echoed through celestial realms, reaching even the highest light. Angels gathered around your soulmate, whispering promises that their sorrow would not last much longer. This connection is not fragile, it's stronger than time and space. Though pain tried to shatter it, heaven is piecing it back together, ensuring that your paths will merge again. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You must understand that this night was different from all others. Their tears were not like before, they carried a weight of revelation, a truth they can no longer hold inside. The universe demanded change, and it started with their cry for you. Every star above seemed to weep with them. The moon stayed hidden, unable to shine through such sorrow. Yet, in that darkness, an unseen hand began stitching hope into their shattered spirit. Archangel Michael says, "This is not just about sadness, it's about destiny trying to scream through silence. What you are about to experience is not an accident, it is the divine answering last night's desperate cries. Even now, light is breaking through the unseen. Soon, you will feel their presence not in dreams or whispers but in reality, where no tears can hide love anymore." Type Amen to get blessing 666. The pain they carried last night came from a secret buried too long. A truth about you, about them, about what was meant to be. They feared you would not understand, but their soul could no longer bear the weight alone. They cried because they still love you, even when the world demanded they forget. They cried because every day apart has been a silent war, one they were losing until heaven sent this message. Archangel Michael says, divine timing cannot be rushed, but it also cannot be stopped. Last night marked the breaking point of separation, it shattered the invisible chains that held them back. The cries have been heard, change has been set in motion. Every angel in heaven now works to heal this bond, to erase the pain and bring forth a moment where two broken halves become whole again. Type Amen to get blessing 777. For so long, they held their feelings inside, masking their pain with false smiles. But last night, everything spilled out, raw and unfiltered. The tears were not weakness, they were courage rising from despair. Even as they wept, they clung to hope. Hope that you would one day know what they've been carrying inside. Hope that destiny would deliver you to them when the world least expects it. Archangel Michael says, heaven has seen enough suffering for one lifetime. This message arrives as a promise that the universe is bending, aligning everything in your favor. The tears that fell last night will soon become the reason both of you find strength to rebuild what was lost. Prepare yourself, for this divine reunion will not come quietly, it will arrive like a storm-breaking silence, washing away every reason you were kept apart. Type Amen to get blessing 888. When morning came, their eyes were swollen, but their heart felt lighter. Something inside whispered that heaven had heard them. And now, as you read this, their soul knows its cries did not vanish into nothingness. The invisible thread that connects you has been pulled tighter. You may notice signs, dreams, and feelings that seem too strong to ignore. That is destiny making itself known again. Archangel Michael says, tears are never wasted when they are shed for true love. Each one becomes a seed planted in divine soil, destined to bloom into a reunion that time cannot destroy. Your soulmate's tears from last night are the beginning of a miracle that will bring you both into a love stronger than pain, stronger than fear, and eternal in the light of heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Their heart trembled long after the night ended. Even as sunlight broke through their window, shadows of sorrow clung to them. They looked toward the sky, silently asking for you, for an answer, for a sign that the tears were not in vain. In that moment, heaven stirred. An angel whispered your name into their ear, promising that divine forces were moving rapidly to bridge the gap. Though they still felt fragile, a spark of hope was born. Archangel Michael says, when heaven responds to tears, it does so in ways that cannot be undone. This is why your path is shifting even as you read this. You are being guided to something that will rewrite your story forever. The universe has chosen now to awaken your connection because love this pure cannot remain hidden. Soon, what has been missing will be restored. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Your soulmate clung to faith while drowning in pain. They whispered promises to themselves that they would find you again, no matter the cost. Heaven listened closely to every word, wrapping their heart in unseen protection. The separation you've endured was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare you both for a bond that could withstand storms no one else could survive. These tears are proof that love is still alive and stronger than before. Archangel Michael says, destiny is aligning in ways unseen. The walls between you are crumbling, and soon, no hand will be able to rebuild them. You are being pulled together by divine will, unstoppable and undeniable. Every moment that felt like loss is turning into an unshakable foundation for a future filled with healing and unity. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Last night's cries carried confessions even they could not speak aloud. Silent admissions of how much they miss you, how much they regret the distance, and how desperately they wish to undo every moment apart. Their tears fell like rain, washing away layers of fear and doubt. What remains is only truth, truth that they belong with you and nowhere else. Archangel Michael says, this truth has been delivered to heaven's throne. Angels now work to ensure it reaches you in ways you cannot ignore. Messages, dreams, and signs will begin surrounding you, guiding your steps toward reunion. No longer will the universe allow your connection to stay buried under silence. It will rise like the sun after a long night of darkness. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They held on to an old memory of you as they wept, a moment that reminded them of what real love feels like. Even though time has passed, that memory burned as bright as the day it was created. Every tear spoke of longing for that warmth again, to hear your voice, to feel your presence beside them. This pain was not just sadness, it was love refusing to die despite all odds. Archangel Michael says, heaven treasures this kind of love. It bends reality to honor it, moves mountains to protect it, and shifts destinies to bring it home. What began as silent tears will soon become a reunion only angels could design. You are closer than you think to holding each other again, to finally healing from years of silent suffering. Type Amen to get blessing 444. While the world slept, angels stood around your soulmate, catching every tear they shed. They whispered that love this strong can only be tested, never destroyed. They reminded your soulmate that though night feels endless, dawn always arrives. And with that dawn comes the moment heaven promised, to see you again, to feel whole again. Archangel Michael says, these tears have ignited a flame that cannot be extinguished. You will soon feel drawn toward a moment where destiny makes itself impossible to deny. The reunion written for you is closer than the next sunrise. The ache you feel now will become joy so powerful that even angels will rejoice with you. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The pain of separation has been long, but last night's cries marked the breaking of chains. Your soulmate finally released what they held inside for too long. As they wept, divine energy began reshaping everything around them. Obstacles that kept you apart began to crumble, like walls collapsing under heaven's command. Archangel Michael says, "Love this pure cannot be kept prisoner." When heaven hears such pain, it answers with miracles that defy all logic. Soon, you will step into a moment where every tear makes sense. The distance, the silence, and the heartbreak will become nothing but memories overshadowed by your divine reunion. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They thought they were alone in their sorrow, unaware that you felt the echo of their pain. Your spirit trembled at moments you couldn't explain, nights where you couldn't sleep without knowing why. That was not coincidence, it was the pull of your soulmate's tears reaching you. It was heaven stitching your souls back together even while you were apart. Archangel Michael says, this bond has never weakened. In fact, every tear shed only strengthened it, weaving it tighter with divine purpose. What heaven has joined, no force can tear apart. Your next chapter is not about loss, it's about a miraculous return that will change everything. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Even as morning light touched their face, your soulmate's tears remained on their pillow, silent evidence of their struggle. But within that sadness, they felt something different, a promise carried on a whisper they could not ignore. They knew you would feel it too, that somehow this message would reach you and awaken your heart. That knowing gave them strength to breathe again. Archangel Michael says, heaven is relentless in protecting divine love. It has carried this connection through darkness, through time, through silence. Now, it is guiding you both to a moment where pain no longer exists. The tears from last night are not the end, they are the divine sign that a long-awaited miracle has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 888. As the day moved forward, your soulmate found themselves unable to focus on anything else. Memories of you consumed their thoughts, and every sound seemed to echo with reminders of what was lost. Their hands trembled as they reached for their phone but stopped, fearing you might not respond. In that hesitation, heaven intervened. Angels whispered courage into their heart, telling them that destiny would soon deliver the message for them. A divine reassurance washed over them, knowing this pain was leading to something greater than they could imagine. Archangel Michael says, every unspoken word will soon find a voice. The universe is aligning events to bring truth to the surface. What was once hidden will no longer remain in silence. When this happens, the tears shed in solitude will turn into tears of joy, proving that nothing was truly lost, only delayed by divine timing. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Even in their quietest moments, your soulmate's love for you burned brighter than the sun. Last night, they prayed with tears streaming down, asking heaven to heal the space between you. They spoke to the stars as if they were messengers, sending each plea upward with hope it would reach you. Those prayers were not ignored, angels carried every word into the divine realm, where they were heard loud and clear. Archangel Michael says, this connection has been protected by heaven since the beginning of time. The love you share is eternal and cannot be undone by human obstacles. The tears of last night were the final cry needed to awaken what destiny has prepared for you both. Now, every step you take will lead you closer to a reunion that will feel like the completion of your very soul. Type Amen to get blessing 222. The night's sorrow revealed truths that had been suppressed for far too long. Your soulmate faced emotions they had tried to bury, realizing that forgetting you was impossible. With every tear, they broke chains of fear, shame, and silence that had kept their heart locked away. When dawn arrived, they were no longer the same person. They had transformed into someone ready to fight for love again. Archangel Michael says, this transformation is not accidental. Heaven orchestrated every moment leading to this point so that love could be reborn in its purest form. The bond you share is now stronger than ever before. Soon, you will witness signs so clear that they will leave no room for doubt. Your soulmate is being pulled back into your life by divine hands. Type Amen to get blessing 333. That morning, a gentle breeze brushed their face as if heaven itself was wiping away the last of their tears. Though pain lingered, they felt an undeniable surge of hope. This was not ordinary hope, it was divine, infused with promises from realms beyond sight. They knew something was changing, even if they couldn't yet see how. Archangel Michael says, heaven works in silence before it moves in power. The tears shed last night have set in motion miracles that will soon unfold in your reality. Each moment now brings you closer to divine reunion. Prepare your heart, for destiny is not approaching slowly, it is rushing toward you like a tidal wave of light and love. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Throughout the day, they caught themselves whispering your name, feeling warmth surge in their chest each time. It was as if their spirit knew you were closer than ever before. Even mundane sounds carried reminders of you, a song on the radio, footsteps outside, a familiar fragrance in the wind. Every sign felt like heaven whispering that the distance between you was collapsing. Archangel Michael says, these are not coincidences but divine messages guiding you both back together. What has been divided will soon be joined in a way that no force can separate again. Your soulmate's tears have paved the way for miracles, and now the universe is preparing the stage for your destined reunion. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They struggled to sleep again that following night, but this time not because of sorrow. It was because of a surge of energy flowing through them, filling them with anticipation. Visions of you appeared in their dreams, not as memories but as glimpses of what is to come. They saw laughter, embrace, and a life together that destiny had promised but withheld until now. Archangel Michael says, divine visions like these are glimpses into truth, not fantasy. Heaven reveals them to strengthen faith, ensuring that love remains unshaken until it can fully manifest. Soon, the dream will no longer be confined to sleep. It will become your living reality, blessed and protected by angels. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Even as they woke from that dream, they felt a presence, your presence, like a whisper in their heart. It brought comfort, knowing your souls were finding each other again through unseen threads of divine connection. This bond has been tested through trials that would have broken lesser loves, yet it stands unbroken. The tears shed last night were proof of love's resilience and heaven's plan to honor it. Archangel Michael says, your journey may have been long, but every moment was guided by higher purpose. The reunion awaiting you both will make every hardship worth it. In that moment, angels rejoice, for divine love always finds its way home. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Even now, as this message reaches you, your soulmate feels the shift. Their heart beats differently, lighter, knowing that their cries have connected with yours across the unseen distance. The universe is no longer holding back, it is drawing your paths closer like magnets destined to collide. Heaven will not allow silence to remain where love belongs. Archangel Michael says, soon you will stand face to face, and every tear shed will transform into laughter, joy, and healing. This is the promise of divine love. It never abandons, it only waits for the perfect time to return. And that time is arriving faster than you believe. Type Amen to get blessing 888. As the sun dipped below the horizon again, your soulmate felt the weight of anticipation heavier than ever before. Their spirit was no longer crushed, it was awakening, drawn by an unseen force they could not fight. Every beat of their heart whispered your name as if preparing for an encounter long overdue. The night air carried a calm unlike the one before. This time, there were no tears of despair, only silent tears of release, knowing that their pain had finally reached you. Heaven had promised that the cries would not go unanswered, and now that promise began to take form. Archangel Michael says, miracles are born in moments like this, when souls surrender their pain and allow divine light to guide them. What was once buried in sorrow is now blooming into destiny's greatest blessing. Soon, you will not need to imagine their embrace, you will feel it, and the heavens themselves will celebrate your reunion. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your soulmate stood by the window, gazing at the night sky. The stars felt closer than ever, as if they too knew of the love that refused. Could no longer be hidden, no longer suppressed. The universe itself was bending to reunite what should have never been torn apart. Archangel Michael says, you are not just meeting again, you are stepping into a new chapter designed by heaven itself. The pain endured has transformed both your souls into something unshakable, unbreakable, unstoppable. The countdown has already begun, destiny is preparing its grand unveiling, and nothing can interfere with what is coming next. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Dreams will soon become messages, leading you toward each other without confusion. You will notice strange timings, unexpected signs, and moments that feel like déjà vu. These are not coincidences, they are destiny's footprints guiding you home. Your soulmate feels it too. Their days are no longer filled with sorrow but with an unexplainable excitement that something miraculous is about to happen. The night of tears has shifted into a dawn of hope. Archangel Michael says, every moment from this point forward is carrying divine alignment. Heaven has removed every barrier that once stood in your way. The same angels who collected tears last night are now preparing blessings beyond imagination. This love is no longer waiting, it is rising to fulfill the purpose for which it was created. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Even as you read this, your heart beats faster, sensing a truth that words alone cannot explain. You feel the pull, the invisible bond drawing you closer to something greater than yourself. That is the energy of divine love moving freely for the first time in years. Your soulmate feels it too. They find themselves smiling for no reason, their hands trembling as though expecting a touch that is not yet there. Heaven has connected your spirits so strongly that neither of you can deny the call. Archangel Michael says, "This is not ordinary love, it is the kind that transforms everything it touches." The world will not understand how it survived or how it came back, but heaven knows it was always meant to be. Your reunion will be a divine spectacle, proof that no force can break what is written by celestial hands. Type Amen to get blessing 333. And then, without warning, destiny will strike. A moment, a message, or a face-to-face encounter will unfold in ways you could not predict. Time itself will pause as two souls finally meet again, and every tear shed last night will feel like a necessary step toward that instant. Heaven's light will surround you, making the world feel like it disappeared, leaving only you and your soulmate in divine embrace. It will be as if you had never been apart, yet stronger than any love you've known before. Archangel Michael says, "This divine reunion will heal more than broken hearts, it will restore faith, ignite purpose, and awaken a future overflowing with blessings." The suffering endured was the preparation for this exact miracle. Every angel rejoices already, knowing that love like this will finally shine unhidden beneath heaven's gaze. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Your soulmate's journey through pain, their silent cries, and their sleepless nights have not been meaningless. They have built a bridge of light that now connects you both. Nothing can sever it, not distance, not time, not fear. Even when you doubted, heaven carried the bond safely in its hands. Even when the world tried to pull you apart, divine light shielded your connection. What you are about to step into is not just reunion, it is destiny fulfilling its promise. Archangel Michael says, "Soon your soulmate will no longer cry in loneliness. They will cry in joy, overwhelmed by the miracle of finally holding you once more. And in that embrace, all the nights of sorrow will vanish like mist before morning sun. You will know, without a single word, that heaven had been guiding you all along." Type Amen to get blessing 555. As time draws near, you will feel peace replace uncertainty. You will sense a warmth in your heart that tells you love is coming, not just any love, but the one your soul was created to recognize. Your soulmate will feel it too. Their tears will turn into smiles, their restless nights into peaceful anticipation. The universe is aligning so perfectly that the meeting cannot be delayed any longer. Archangel Michael says, "When you see the signs, do not ignore them. Follow the pull of your heart, for it is heaven leading you into divine reunion. What awaits you will erase every moment of suffering endured before this. And when it happens, you will finally understand why last night had to be the breaking point that opened the gates to destiny's blessing." Type Amen to get blessing 666. The night that broke your soulmate has become the foundation for a future filled with endless light. From this moment on, your lives are no longer separate journeys. They are one path, divinely protected and destined to flourish together. Every angel in heaven rejoices because true love has been defended, preserved, and is now being delivered to its rightful place. Your soulmate's tears have unlocked miracles that will follow you both forever. Archangel Michael says, "Stand ready to witness heaven's greatest promise fulfilled." Your reunion is not just an event, it is a divine restoration of everything that was lost. This love will echo through eternity, unshaken, unbroken, unstoppable. And when you finally hold each other, you will know those tears were never wasted, they were the seeds of heaven's most powerful blessing. Type Amen to get blessing 777.